All right, well, men and women are conditioned from birth to think and behave a certain way.
Yeah, some beliefs have a positive impact on society, while others may hold back some.
Yeah, Kara Loewentheil is a feminist coach and author of the New York Times bestseller, Take Back Your Brain. And she joins us now to explain how to get what she calls sexist society out of your head. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's jump in. In your book, you talk about something called brain gap. What is it?
So the brain gap is the gap between how we often want to think and feel and how we actually think and feel.
Okay.
So when you think about when we're born, we know almost nothing, right? We are like instinctively, we can nurse, we can cry, that's kind of it. And then we learn everything else from society around us, like who is valuable or important for what reason, or what we're supposed to be like based on who we are. And that happens across gender lines, race lines, religion lines, like all different kinds of identities, right? And so men and women receive different messages about who they're supposed to be or what is valuable about them as they're growing up. So for instance, girls will be told that they are so pretty, so kind, so nice and helpful,
Demure.
right? Demure. And not in the fun new way of demure, right? Demure's really been taken back.
Yes.
And boys might hear more like, oh, you're so strong or you're so tough, right?
Brave.
Yeah, and so like the social messaging is stereotypical for both genders, for all genders, it's not good or bad. And so you end up with this gap of like, well, I want to believe that I'm, let's say, brave, but maybe I'm not.
So let's put that into play then. Let's talk about one way in which men and women are socialized differently. What is one example when it comes to our clothes?
Yeah, so I think that women are more socialized to attach their self-worth to their weight and their size and their shape. Now, you guys are in a very visual medium, so you may not be a representative sample, but in general, right, what we find is that, for instance, you wake up, you put on a pair of pants and they're too tight. For a man, more likely to just be like, oh, that's annoying, I guess I gotta get new pants, or let me just change, right? And for a woman, it's then all day in her head like, oh no, did I gain weight? Like, does this not fit? Does it look unprofessional? Do I look not attractive today? Feeling guilty about what she ate yesterday. So that's just one example of how this gap can happen.
So I hear you, and I'm listening to you, and I hear that I'm a woman then, based inside.
Because we have the same answer.
Well, you are in TV.
Because I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I eat last night?
It could also, like you said, have a lot to do about your environment. Because I was raised around strong black women who were very curvy. So if your pants were a little tight, you're like, oh, I'm looking good, girl. We getting thick in the right places, you know?
Yeah, so. Absolutely. I mean, I was raised not to focus on getting married and having kids. Like, I was raised to focus on my career. But your parents aren't the only influence on you, right? So you're still watching all the movies where, like, the main character in the romantic comedy looks one way and like the sassy sidekick looks another way, right? And like you're still absorbing all of that. So I still felt insecure about my dating life, even though, you know, my parents had never told me like, you need to get married.
All right, let's dive deeper into another example involving parenthood. How are men and women different on that?
Yeah, so I think that, and I should also, of course, these things I think we hope are changing in the right direction, but society doesn't change that fast. So I think that women are more socialized to believe that being married and being a mother is like a core part of their life that they need to achieve, but also that to believe that it might conflict with their career, whereas men don't get that same socialization. So if we did a like pop quiz right now, raise your hand if you worry that having a family is going to impact your career advancement or make it harder for you to get ahead in your career. Right, so that's a big difference, right? Because women get that different messaging that you have to be like the perfect mom, but also be able to fully work a full-time job, like you're not parenting.
Care of home and kids.
Right, and men, it's more like, oh, it'll be a benefit. I'll be a dad. That'll be nice, and they're not worried.
It's like the title, but not the responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel attacked.
It's never personal, right? It's just what the social systems have created for us.
Okay, so now that we know how society has shaped what we think, how do we take back our brain?
Yes, this is so important. This is what I talk about in the book, is we need to, number one, become...
This is assuming you have one.
Yeah. Become aware that that is happening, right? A lot of it we're not even conscious of. We're just, it's a subconscious. And then we have to actually change our thinking, right? And a lot of what's out there is not effective because it's telling people to try to believe things that they just don't believe. So if you get to like positive thinking, you're just trying to believe something beautiful and perfect, it doesn't work. You need to focus on thoughts that are actually believable to you so you can actually change how you think.
All right. Well, Kara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. And if you would like more information or to purchase Take Back Your Brain, you can follow Kara on Instagram. The information is right there on your screen.